वक्त और जमाना भी जय भीम के उद्घोष से ये आगाज करते हैं, ये आगाज करते हैं।
नजारे देखे हमने हजारों, नजारे देखे हमने हजारों, देखा ना कभी ऐसा नजारा। आसमान में देखा सितारे बहुत, आसमान में देखा सितारे बहुत, पर भीम जैसा देखा ना सितारा।
Good morning, respected principal, teachers, dear friends, and my lovely classmates. Today, we are gathered here to celebrate an important day in our nation's history, the Ambedkar Jayanti. This is the day to remember the legacy and honor the life of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the father of our Constitution.
Yes, that's right. Dr. Ambedkar was a man of great vision, courage and determination. He fought for equality, justice and the rights of oppressed. He believed in the power of education and the importance of every individual regardless of their caste or background.
Today, we will take you on a life's journey through his struggles as a child, through his triumphs as an adult, and how he became the hero who shaped modern India. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was born on 14th April 1891 in Mhow, Madhya Pradesh. His childhood name was Bhimrao. His father's name was Ramji Sakpal and his mother's name was Bhimabai Sakpal. His father was a Subedar in British Army. In those days, the government ensured that all the army personnel and their children were educated. Therefore, they ran special schools for this purpose. This ensured good education for Bhimrao. After retirement, his father settled in Satara, Maharashtra. Bhimrao was enrolled in a local school. He was an intelligent and hard-working student, but as he belonged to lower caste, he had to suffer caste discrimination right from his childhood. In his school, he had to sit in one corner of the classroom. Now, let's witness the scenario of the classroom at that time.
So children, who is going to solve this?
Sir!
Okay, you can come first.
Is it right, sir?
No, you can go. Anyone else among you all would like to solve this?
Sir, I would like to come.
Will you be able to solve this or just raise your hand in excitement?
Yes, sir, I will be able to solve it.
But if that's wrong, then I will make you stand in scorching sun.
Okay, sir.
Wait, take it now.
Sir, is it correct or incorrect?
Keep the chalk with you and no one will use his chalk. Stop laughing. Now you can go. It's your turn now.
Leave it, sir. Now who will write on this board? It has become impure. I will do one thing. I will write it on my slate.
Okay, you can write on your slate. Balchand, come inside.
Yes, sir.
Balchand, just clean this board properly.
Sir, I cleaned it in the morning itself. I saw that, sir. Is it correct?
No, it's wrong.
And mine, sir?
Yes, it's correct. Balchand, whenever you get time, just watch this board that Mahar has written on this board.
Okay,
Okay, sir, fine. I'll clean it.
The bell rings for the games period.
Can I play with you? No, go away. We don't want to play with you.
Now the bell rings for the games period.
I am too proud of you, Bhimrao. The way you have handled the situation was outstanding. While eating, Bhimrao felt spicy.
Can I drink water from your vessel?
No, you are on hard. You cannot drink water from my vessel. Where are you going, Bhimrao?
Give me some water. I am feeling spicy. So what can I do? Go outside and get some water. I am studying here. So why shall I drink water from somewhere else? People like you can't drink water from this vessel. It's for upper class children. What is this? Why can't I drink water from this vessel? Give me some water. Fast. I am feeling spicy. If you are feeling spicy, then go and ask Principal Sir to bring a new vessel for you. Others are thirsty. Let them drink water. And what? Bhimrao, what happened? Sir, see him. He is not letting me to drink water from this vessel. What are you doing? He is a child. He is thirsty. Give him some water. But sir, from this vessel, don't you get anything at once? Give him some water. Okay, you shift back and bend down. Bend down. Then only I will give you the water. Now go back.
Where are you going, Bhimrao? At least tell me. Bhim.
Despite being a bright and curious student, he faced lots of caste discrimination. Within his school, his classmates refused to play with him, isolating him simply because of his caste. The sense of exclusion was not just social, it was the daily reminder of the inequality he was born into.
Bhimrao reaches at his home. What happened, Bhimrao? Why are you crying?
I will not go to school from now on. I am treated very badly over there, and everybody runs away from me. They do not play or share their lunch with me.
Bhimrao, you are a bright student, but remember, people will try to look down upon you because of your caste. Don't let that happen.
Father, I will show them one day. I will study hard, and I will be someone whom they will respect.
By his hard work, determination, and commitment, Bhimrao earned several scholarships to support his education. In 1906, when he was just 15 years old, he got married to Ramabai, who was just 9 years old at that time.
Bhimrao continued his studies and passed his matriculation exam from Bombay University with flying colors. In 1908, he joined Elphinstone College for further education. In 1912, he graduated in Political Science and Economics from Bombay University and got job in Baroda.
One day, during a public ceremony, Dada Kelushkar met Bhimrao. He was a mentor and a significant figure in Dr. Ambedkar's life, guiding his education and inspiring his pursuit for knowledge.
Bhimrao, I have a small gift for you. What is it, sir? It's the biography of Buddha. This book will guide you and inspire you to live a great life. Okay, sir, I will read this.
In 1930, Bhimrao lost his father. In the same year, Maharaja of Baroda awarded him scholarships to go to London for further studies.
Bhimrao, I have heard of your brilliance.
a Mahar. He immersed himself in studies and received a degree of Masters in Art and a doctorate in Philosophy from Columbia University. Dr. Ambedkar proceeded to London to study political science and economics, but the Baroda government terminated his scholarship and called him back.
The Maharaja of Baroda appointed Dr. Ambedkar as his political secretary, but no one would take orders from him as he was a Mahar.
Sir, please read this document and sign it. Who are you to give me orders? I won't sign it.
Though Bhim Rao was an educated and capable man, his caste continued to haunt him, but this didn't stop him. He returned to Bombay and began writing for the oppressed.
I will write and make the voices of the untouchable heard. We will not be silent. I will start a newspaper, Move Naya, the voice of the oppressed. We are with you, Dr. Ambedkar. We will fight for equality.
No more we will suffer in silence. We shall rise together.
The public drinking water should be made open to all. We will not suffer anymore. We too have the right to enter temples. We are humans just like anyone else. We must fight together.
We must fight together. We must fight together. We must fight together. We must fight together.
In 1927, Dr. Ambedkar launched movements to demand equal rights, starting with access to drinking water. His bravery inspired thousands to join him.
In 1947, when India got independent, the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, invited Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
Dr. Ambedkar, we need your leadership in drafting India's new constitution. I accept this responsibility with pride. We will create a constitution that will guarantee justice and equality for all.
Pandit Nehru appointed Dr. Ambedkar as the chairman of the Constitutional Drafting Committee of India, and he became the chief architect of it. He gave India a constitution that promised equality for all citizens.
In February 1948, Dr. Ambedkar presented the draft constitution before the people of India, and it was adopted on November 26, 1949.
Bhim Rao lost his 4 children and wife Rama but never stopped working for the nation.
On 14th October 1956, he and his second wife Savita Ambedkar converted themselves to Buddhism at Diksha Bhumi in Nagpur.
We are converting to Buddhism because it teaches equality for all. I urge you all to join us.
Let's take a step towards dignity and respect. Together we will follow the path of Buddhism.
On 6 December 1956, Dr. Ambedkar died at his home in New Delhi. This day is known as Mahaparinirvan Din, which is also considered as one of the saddest days for the nation. Dr. Ambedkar will always be alive in our thoughts. Dr. Ambedkar played the most influential and decisive role in presenting the Indian Constitution as a guiding document for Indian society. On November 26, 1949, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted the draft constitution prepared by Drafting Committee of India under the chairmanship of Dr. Ambedkar. In this form, the constitution came in effect on 26 January 1950 and India became a republic.
Now, we are honored to present our soul-stirring Qawwali, thoughtfully composed by us, celebrating the extraordinary celebration of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
मैं